Welcome back, everybody, to HSD TV 7. We are back here in the Buchanan Gym, our first high school sporting event of the decade. You've been here for volleyball. You've been here for basketball. Now it is time for wrestling. I am joined tonight, an absolute unexpected treat. The man to my right, a Hempfield graduate, a former wrestler, the one, the only Luke Dreyer.
Hey Ben, pleasure to be here. How's it going?
Doing great, Luke. Great to see you back here tonight. Our producer tonight, the golden throat himself, the human Sasquatch, Kasey Kreider.
All right, this is gonna be fun. Ready to take in. This is a great wrestling team for Hempfield. Let's see if they keep it going.
Yeah, Hempfield is 3-0 in league matches thus far. McCaskey, the exact opposite, 0-3. You missed the introductions on camera, but McCaskey is forfeiting 2 weight classes tonight, whereas Hempfield is fielding a wrestler for every single class.
Tonight we're going to start off with 152 pounds. We got Joel competing for the Black Knights. This should be an interesting match. Joel's a homeschool kid, but he's a solid wrestler.
I got to know Joel a little bit through track and field last year. He is just a competitor. He came in raw, but he worked at his trade, the pole vaulter, a bit of a niche event, but he worked at it. He got pretty darn good by the end of the year.
Joel's got some good shots. Definitely a headlock wizard over here, but we'll see how he pulls out tonight.
Neither man able to gain much thus far. Saw Joel tried to shoot earlier. Nothing came from it.
We're staying neutral right now. Joel looks to elbow pass, good. Right to the kid's back. That's exactly what we needed. He's getting back points right now. Near fall points are being awarded.
Yes, that's in addition to 2 takedown points there. And Dion could be looking at a pin here soon. He can stay in bounds.
There we go.
There it is.
Great way to start for the night. That gives them Black Knight 6 points. Relatively
Your winner at
at the edge of the mat, you can still get that pinfall even if those shoulders are out of bounds. So that helped out Joel there. Next up, team captain, senior Ian Edwards at 160.
Ian Edwards, that is a bad man right there. I've known him for a while. He is just simply put a beast. I would not want to be up against him tonight.
Ian's younger brother is also wrestling. You'll see him later, and his other younger brother's a manager on the team. Ian's been ranked recently, locally, and in the States.
Wrestling at 160 pounds, from McCaskey, Jason Pacheco.
Last one only took 52 seconds. We'll see how long this one takes. It's gonna be fun. Don't think they'll all be that short, Ben.
Yeah. If it is, we might have an early night tonight.
Oh, yeah. We know this Hempfield team, they're a powerhouse, though.
Yeah, they've been excellent
Great
thus far.
move there. High single finish, brings him right down. Clean finish by Edwards.
Yeah, that is textbook right there.
Ian's working that one-on-one on the left side here. He's going to go rebar tilt to the back. He needs to break that 45-degree angle. They'll start giving back points. Stacks him up.
Oof. Looked like he might have had him there, referee. Not quite in the best position to see it, but Edwards just not letting up anything thus far.
He's got that near side cradle locked up right now. This could be a quick one.
Good luck getting out of that.
Oh, he lets it go.
Edwards just riding his opponent there. Just no room for error. Can't get up. Can't get that escape point. Hard to breathe even.
Yeah. I've wrestled with Edwards. He's very methodical. Kid knows what he's doing. Yep. Go out of bounds there with 58 seconds left in the period.
I believe that's 38 seconds there, Luke.
38 seconds there. See if Ian will be in top position now. He wants to go neutral. Gives up 1, but he thinks he can take this kid down again.
Yep, and if you seeing how easily he got that takedown the first time, don't blame him at all. We're now trying to get him down, trying to just bull. Looks like the clock didn't start there for the first 10 seconds of that exchange. Edwards gets the back. That's 2 points for a takedown.
Here's to just letting the clock run, but
Yep. This is just Edwards content to just thoroughly and utterly dominate his opponent, even though he can't get the pin here.
he's going to go for that rebar again. Looking to ride out the period, get to work in the second.
Explain to the viewers at home, what is a rebar?
Rebar tilt, when you have the opposite wrist of your opponent and you pull it across and then you put a bar arm in around their elbow. You can run it each direction. It makes it pretty dangerous. You can tilt or you can run it around his head and try to pin him. Ian's going to elect to choose down here to hope to get that escape point.
Pretty typical choice there. A lot of wrestlers you'll see will choose down.
Comes up.
Bit surprised he didn't choose
Switches
standing.
hard. It's a 2-point reversal there. A lot of explosion from Edwards. Oh, he might be looking spladle here.
We don't give riding time in high school, but if we did, you had to imagine Edwards
stacking
is
him up.
dominating.
Very close to a pin. On the orthodox finish there, but
He can even eat his own belly button there,
Your winner at
tossing him into a
160 pounds
pretzel.
from Hempfield, Ian Edwards.
2 matches thus far, 2 quick pins for Hempfield. The Knights starting off strong here. A 12-0 lead early on.
I'd like to call this next match maybe the super fight of the evening. We have sophomore Dylan Bard and senior, I believe, from McCaskey, Bubba.
You were telling me earlier, Bubba is a heck of a wrestler. You said maybe the best on this McCaskey team.
Yeah, he's 14-0 so far this season. Solid kid.
And from Hempfield,
Been around the league for a while.
With a name like Bubba, he better be good.
Yep.
See what he's got for Bard, though.
This should be a good match. Dylan's had a good season. He came up last year as a freshman to the high school program, made a really good showing for himself last season, and has continued to do so this season.
Yeah, Bard giving up some experience here. You mentioned just a sophomore against the senior Bubba. Both men fighting for positioning here. Stuck in a bit of a tie-up. Bubba tries to shoot, and Bard doesn't let him in.
Some heavy hand fighting going on. Both guys in each other's face, cranking on the head.
Now, this is
Just
an
trying to
even
find an
match thus
opening.
far.
Bubba gets that 2-on-1 Russian tie right there. Pretty dominant position. We'll see if he can use it. Might try to pass Dylan by. Dylan's posting on the head, gets out nicely.
What he said.
Take it from the expert.
Yep.
Front headlock, Dylan's circling.
Doing a great job there, getting the hips up. Can't get to the back there.
Still circling. They went out of bounds there. So far, McCaskey's been looking like the aggressor, but Bard's doing a really nice job defending his attacks, not letting him get any breathing room.
Bard, both these wrestlers playing very strategic thus far, not trying to overextend. Saw Bubba almost had something there, but Bard playing defensively, not letting him get any points.
You see Bard going for that throw on the edge there. He really needs to circle in. If he keeps backing up like that, the ref could hit him for stalling.
Yep.
Nice arm drag there. Oh, but Bubba drags back.
Smooth move there
Really
by
good
Bubba.
transition by McCaskey.
McCaskey now with their first lead in a match thus far. Bubba's got 2 points.
He's got really good wrist control. He's working. Dylan needs to build up to his base.
Yep. Bard got to get to his knees before he can get anywhere else. Right now, he is almost flat in the stomach.
You see him trying to build his hips on himself, but that relentless top pressure is really making it difficult.
Yep.
He's trying to come out and rip that wrist up off of the mat, give him some more leverage to be able to turn Dylan.
Bard there, Bard there saw the time, just sprawling on the mat. Just trying to.
2-0 at the end of the first, though. Both men are still in this.
Yes. I said earlier, this would be your super fight of the evening. It's living up to that thus far. Very evenly fought contest.
Dylan looking for a cradle on top here. He also might be using his padded Merkle. It's a move that only Dylan really hits. Oh, he's looking for it. You see if he can get that leg in, it could be bad news for Bubba.
Can't say I'm familiar with the Merkle. What exactly is a Merkle, Luke?
We'll see if Dylan hits it here. But you
Nice
it's a head and arm, and you put your near leg in, and you can turn. And Dylan's really good. He exposes guys all the time. We patented it for Dylan. But doesn't work out that time. He gives up the 2-point reversal.
Bubba just trying to grab anything he can there, trying to turn Bard over.
Both men working. A lot of top pressure, making it hard for our Hempfield guy to build his way out.
It's like Bard maybe trying a bit of a rope-a-dope here, trying to get Bubba to tire himself out a little bit, give Bard an opening to get up. Bubba going for that arm
still trying
again.
to rip those wrists up off from underneath Bard. Give him some leverage, maybe work for something.
Almost looks like you could turn that into a Kimura lock in the UFC if you wanted to.
Coach Christian Carr might be able to give you some advice with that.
Oh, Christian, that is a dangerous man, coach for the Hempfield. Don't be fooled by the mullet. He will break every bone in your body. Looks like Bard here might be able to hold on until the end of round 2. He'll need a big flurry in round 3.
That'll bring us to the end of the third period. Dylan's focus here really he needs to score. He can't be shut out in this match, even if he can't find a way to win it. He needs to get one.
And Bard chooses top here.
I don't know I think Bubba may have chose bottom.
I believe Bubba chose bottom the second. I could be mistaken, but
Anyways, quick escape for Bubba.
Yep.
He's gonna work. Dylan shoots, working.
it's Bubba trying to get to the back, and that's another 2 for Bubba.
Another 2. He's gonna cut him. Bubba's looking for bonus points now, not looking good for Dylan.
Yep, gives him the
He does
3
get
point
that
there,
one,
looking to take
though.
him down again. That's a form of a bull rush. Moving there, just took him a little out of the circle, but just dominating Bard right now. You mentioned earlier, Bubba really needs bonus points here. McCaskey down 12-0 after those 2 matches. You can't be content to just ride this out and score. You're looking for a major decision or a pin here.
Looks like Bard got hit with stalling there. I don't know why they just gave him another point for that one. I thought it was his first stall call. Guess not.
Yeah, I don't remember a warning
2
either.
points McCaskey.
There were several times where it looked like they could have called him for stalling. I didn't see him give a warning though.
Match stands at 10-2 in favor of Bubba.
Dylan really needs to find a way to score points here. Bubba stays up by 8 points. McCaskey will get an extra team point, giving him 4 points. Major decision.
Bard's just got to come out firing here. Just see if he can get something. He's not in danger of a TKO here, or a technical fall. My apologies. So might as well just go for broke here, trying to save that point. And Bubba looks like he's just content to take that major decision. Let's keep pushing Bard out of bounds.
Hit him with another stall call. Another nice takedown from
That
McCaskey.
was smooth there. Saw Bart trying to block with his right leg. Just had
He's
no
looking for the near
chance.
side cradle now. 17 seconds left.
You know, Bart's got to hold on here. It's a little bit longer to avoid a pin.
It's Bubba was stalling at the end of the period there.
Yeah, looked like Bubba there.
Interesting with 4 seconds left. Guess the ref wanted to make a point.
Yeah, Bubba there, just like a snake toying with his prey. Knew he could finish him off. Just laying there on him.
And that'll do it, folks. Thought it'd be a little closer than that. 13-2 major decision for McCaskey there. Makes the team
Your
score
winner at
12-4.
170 pounds from McCaskey, Bubba Bacher.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier Bubba. He's a heck of a wrestler. He showed it there. Now move to the 170-pound weight class.
This will be 82 actually, Ben.
82.
Last was 170. Here we got Russell Haynes.
Shows how
for
much
Hempfield.
attention I'm paying.
Now wrestling at 182 pounds from McCaskey, Jose Garcia. And from Hempfield, Russell Haynes.
Luke, one thing I want your opinion on for Hempfield, they've got a first-year head coach with Shane Mack coming in.
Correct.
You have any input on that? I mean, I
Well,
know
Shane
he was
Mack's-
someone familiar with the program.
Yeah, so Shane, Coach Mack actually started out, he coached at Mannheim Central a while back, and then he got out of that program, I want to say late 2000s. His youngest son, Seamus, is on the junior high team right now. His son started wrestling, they lived in Hempfield. Mack's been involved with the program, our elementary booster club, been involved there, and then the past couple of years he's been helping out at the middle school, and then just this year came up to the high school. So he's a first-year coach, but not really. He has high school experience, he has LL League experience. He knows what it takes to win in this league, in this area, so I'm not too concerned about that.
Yes. Not as experienced a wrestler as Luke, but I did wrestle for 2 years in elementary school, and I do remember Coach Mack, and he just had a way of inspiring his guys to just go out there and just leave it all on the mat.
Yeah.
And that's an approach that translates to any age level. Haynes tries to shoot there. Just like the last match, not many points early. This one not going to be another quick pin. Both these guys just fighting for position, a lot of hand fighting.
Russ snaps
Haynes got
that
his head.
down to that front headlock down to the mat. He's going to look to turn the corner, maybe go near side cradle, and they come back up to their feet. Haynes for Hempfield definitely has the clear height advantage, but sometimes the height can almost be a disadvantage in wrestling.
Yep.
Depending on where the center of gravity is. As you can see here, Haynes gets taken down for 2.
I saw there that height, just those longer legs. There's just more to grab there.
Great takedown by McCaskey right at the end of the period. That's what you need.
Yep.
End of the period scores, the unanswered points.
Yep. You score fast. Don't give Haynes any time to get an escape or even a reversal.
Exactly.
McCaskey now going into period 2 with a 2-0 lead in this matchup.
McCaskey deferred, Haynes shoots it down, like we said. He's trying to get that 1-point escape or 2-point reversal, get it back into this match. Goes for a switch, comes back out. McCaskey did a good job of catching his leg there, not letting Haynes reverse back around.
It's all the little nuances in wrestling. If you're a first timer, you just don't see things like that. Heck, I did this before. I don't see things like that. Thank goodness we got an expert here.
It takes years of experience, man.
Haynes now gets his hands free. Haynes trying to get back up to a vertical base here. Again, the leg locked in there by McCaskey.
With mat return, Haynes comes right into a switch, gets that 2-point
That's a
reversal.
reversal for Haynes. He'd been trying to get those hips out the side a couple times earlier, got blocked 2 or 3 times.
Now this is where the height's going to come into advantage for Russell here.
Yep.
He puts both those legs in. He's got one leg in right now. He's looking to get that other one in. That allows him to extend the guy and get to work, gives him a lot of power.
Yep. If you can extend the guy, you just have no leverage. If you're on the bottom and you're full extension, you just can't get a base under you to get out.
Exactly.
See, Haynes has the ankles locked there.
Now he puts that other leg in, goes into a crab ride position in the back, comes back. He's looking to get some back points here. I don't know if he's going to be able to. Only 15 seconds left in the period.
It's like McCaskey here, just fighting for survival, not trying to go to his back this late in a round. You mentioned at the end of last round, if you can score with not much time left, it's big. McCaskey doesn't want their fortunes reversed in that front.
5 seconds left. The ref called a stalemate there. I didn't really see a stalemate, but you know, we'll see if McCaskey can escape in 5 or if Russ can ride him out here.
It's a big opportunity for McCaskey here.
Good tough ride.
Yeah, Haynes got the neck there, not going anywhere.
All tied up 2-2 at the end of the second period. Going to the third, and McCaskey's going to choose down. Hopes to get that 1-point escape, 2-point reversal.
if you're Haynes here, do you consider maybe letting him up quick and trying to get that 2-point takedown, or do you try to ride him out here?
It depends. He looked like he was going to be able to turn him last period. He didn't, but if Russ feels that he's confident and the coach feels confident that he could turn him, he'll go and ride on top. The kid took Russ down already once. I don't really know if they want to go back to the feet. It just depends where the kid and the coaches feel most comfortable at.
Mentioned earlier with the long limbs of Haynes, that's his biggest advantage when he's riding.
He's cranking that power half. Haynes just can't get too high. McCaskey's looking to come out here.
That's a reversal from McCaskey. Saw Haynes there, kept trying to get that left leg back over. He just lost position.
Got overextended. Now McCaskey has a bar in.
If McCaskey can ride this out, they'll get their second win in a row.
McCaskey working on the edge of the mat, looking to ride this period out for the win.
And it looks like Haynes is trying to roll over there, maybe.
Haynes gets free. He needs to work for something here.
So gets out of bounds, he'll start on the bottom now.
My question would be, what can Haynes do in this situation to help try and get himself back in it?
Well, if Haynes can find a way to get a reversal, hit that switch or something with 37 seconds left, he'll get two. They could go into overtime. Russ could also get an escape. Here goes to that switch. 2 points there.
Yep, they give him the reversal there, and we are tied.
There's your answer.
Tough ride for Russ. Could push it to overtime. I don't know if he'll try to turn here or not. There's that leg across the body.
Left
Russ
leg
is off to the
in
side
the air
now. Not
right
a great position for him.
Doesn't quite have that leg where he needs it to, but if he can just hold on for 6 seconds.
Looks like he's working on a half.
Oh, this reversal here. Gonna get it.
No.
And they give it to him at the last second. Hempfield unhappy. Luke not thinking that was in time. I personally don't think that got there in
Russ gonna
time
go to the
either.
table here. Some argument. No challenge bricks in high school, unfortunately.
If you needed some
See,
video instant replay, we have some right here.
Let's see what the call is. I think they're going to wave it off.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to give it to him.
And Luke, fill us and the folks at home in on how the overtime rules work here in high school.
Overtime, it's sudden death. It should be a 1 minute period, I believe. 1 minute period, sudden death. First takedown wins it. Some of those exciting stuff. Russ shoots in quick. Heavy sprawl by McCaskey.
Haynes holding on desperately to that left leg.
He's going to come up. Out of bounds, they say. It's exciting stuff. Both teams are off the benches. Coaches are into it.
This is where you win and lose matches here. This is crunch time. This is gut check time for both these wrestlers. Haynes
Russ
shoots
again,
fast
shoots
again.
in. Heavy sprawl.
Haynes again,
Trying to get his
got that
hips
right
under
leg.
him. McCaskey coming around. Haynes staying up, staying
Great
up.
defense there with that right arm.
This is exciting stuff. McCaskey shot now at the edge of the mat. Scramble situation. Oh, they give him the two. On the edge of the mat. Great battle between both these kids.
That's a heck of a fight right there by both these young men. And in McCaskey's mind there, I think they got robbed of those two at the end of regulation. For them, ball does not lie.
You're just going to bring that in whenever now, aren't you?
Oh, you know it.
There ain't even a ball out here.
No balls in wrestling.
That was a big momentum shift, though, for McCaskey.
Yep.
To get that, pull within 5 now overall, that's pretty solid.
From McCaskey, Justin Pacheco. And from Hempfield, Gordy Hoover.
Gordy Hoover. Gordy Hoover, brother, mine for the football team.
Gordy had a great job out here, developed a lot as a football player.
Yep.
This year he's been really impressing me with his wrestling abilities too.
Yep.
Looking for a chin whip here. Gonna go out of bounds. No true given.
Gordy is proof of what happens when you work hard in the offseason. He transformed his body, got a lot stronger without sacrificing his quickness and his agility. And he's reaping the benefits. Did it in the fall on the football field, now doing it here in the winter on the mat.
Can he get him over? He gets him over. Oh, McCaskey's on his back. Gordy's in a great position here.
Great position for Hoover. Kasey able to get back onto their stomach.
Gonna give 2-point takedown. Looks like no near fall. There's an inside joke with the team. Gordy will get guys on their back, but won't be able to finish them until about the third time he gets them on their back.
Third time's the charm for Hoover, apparently. And that's one on his back. Trying to roll him over there. You know, nice positioning.
Working for a cradle here. Now he's going to come back on top.
You see the left ankle of Hoover controlling the left leg of McCaskey. Can't go anywhere if there's a leg caught behind you.
Looking cradle again. Got that locked up. Brings him to his back.
That's the second time on his back.
He still keeps that cradle lock somehow, though. Hops back over. He could bring him back again.
That's just excellent grip strength there by Gordy. On the football team, he was known just being able to control an offensive lineman. Just excellent strength in the hands and wrists for Hoover. McCaskey almost has a reversal here.
He loses it out of bounds. They're going to go one escape. 11 seconds left in the period.
I was going to mention he has good hands and wrists, even when he's only got one of them to his disposal.
Yep. Gordy Hoover still feeling the effects of that hand injury he suffered during the season. If you could see his pinky right now, it is almost touching his middle finger. It's like Hoover and McCaskey here both content to run out the clock. And Hoover defers, McCaskey chooses bottom here. We saw him get one escape earlier in the first period. He will need another escape to tie or a reversal to take the lead on Hoover. I saw Hoover get him on his back twice. Couldn't get away with a pin or a near fall.
He's looking Merkel. This is that Merkel I was talking about. Comes back
Hoover
over
gets
on
the
top now.
gets the hips floated over.
I can't tell. McCaskey's right on the edge of that near fall criteria. It looks like they're going to be all right. Might come out for two.
Yes, if you're an official, what exactly are you looking for a near fall?
Whenever the guy's back's exposed by a 45-degree angle to the mat or less, that would be near fall. And they're going to start counting. If you get 2 counts in that position, you get 2 points. If you get a 5 count, you get 3 points. But with that, McCaskey comes out for 2. 4-3 now. 40's down on bottom.
Hoover now looks like he's just trying to survive, not giving up his head, trying to avoid a half Nelson here. And Coach Hempfield yelling, find his wrist, find his wrist. Hoover needs to just regain some arm control here, get a little bit of space, break the arm, then get your hips around you.
Gonna go out of bounds. 40 seconds left. Hoover really needs to look to score this period.
Yes.
Either a 1-point escape or 2-point reversal.
And Luke, almost like you can see the future, Coach Mack yelling, you got to score here, you got to score here.
Great minds think alike, I guess.
Luke Dreyer's involved in his excellent minds think alike. For struggling.
Kasey trying to run a bar here. They've got that tight. He's got a bar half combination. Looking to turn Hoover. This is a wall to hurt for Gordy. Needs to keep his chest flat to the mat.
You may know that bar. It's a chicken
Looks like he's
wing.
going to be able to come up.
Hoover doing a good job keeping his hips off the mat here. Hoover now,
His
headgear
comes
pulled
off.
over his face.
And we're going to end that period 4-3 in favor of Hoover.
See, Gordy has a history of problems with head equipment. I have not seen that kid once finish a football season in the helmet he started it in. Remember back in youth football days, Larry Fisher, head of the program, would always set a second helmet a size bigger aside for Gordy because he knew within 3 days he'd be asking for it. And Gordy got that right underhook there. Looking for a throw here if he can get that wrist position where he wants it. Left hand. Kasey shoots, Hoover blocks him.
Kasey looking at a dump. Gordy's looking to come over the top, but they go out of bounds.
And the headgear again for Hoover
I'm
becoming
sure
an
Gordy
issue.
will hear a word afterwards about adjusting his headgear. Coach Narkowitz is not a big fan of headgear coming undone during matches.
And Narkowitz is a very no-nonsense guy. That's what we're going
Nice
for
try
a
to
throw.
pass. Gordy's going to go headlock, but gets taken down.
That's the danger with a headlock. He escapes out the back. That's an easy two-point
Exactly.
takedown.
Kasey now at 5-3, a little over a minute to go.
Hoover needs this escape point here to tie this match. Hempfield cannot afford to drop 3 in a row here after such a blazing fast start.
Hempfield coach is telling Gordy, just get one, get him to his feet.
That's all he needs right now. Just get one, tie this match up. Reversal would be nice, but don't overextend for that reversal. Just play it safe, get the one if you can get it.
McCaskey working on a bar again.
Oh,
Dangerous position for
Hoover's
Gordy
got
to
legs.
chop up on over that. If he can get that far side leg in, that's 2 right
That
there.
looks like reversal for Hoover.
He needs to get him flat, extend those wrists. McCaskey's going to roll.
Hoover's got those ankles in. Trying to control where McCaskey's going here, but McCaskey, if he can just flip him up, Gordy is up on top, high on the back here. This is dangerous territory for Hoover.
Yeah, Hoover's trying, as you can see, he's trying to sink that leg back in and get both those boots in.
He's got him extended now.
His
This is
hip pressure
good
is
position
very
for
good there.
Hoover. It's looking real nice for Hoover. Kasey got no base under him right now. In 4 seconds, Hempfield gets some more points here.
Well fought match by both teams here. 6-5 win for Hempfield, but
Your winner, 105 pounds from Hempfield.
2 hard-fought matches in a row. And we are back. Pardon that little break there. Had to switch out our batteries and our microphone equipment. We are back here for the 220-pound match. Hempfield with a 15-7 lead in team score.
Caleb Musman representing Hempfield, mild weight class 220. Been following him so far, he's had a great job this season. About to score 2 here.
He is an old school throwback, just a big country boy out there. Not unlike yourself.
Caleb's made huge gains coming up as a freshman at this big of a weight class. He's been able, I wrestled with him over the summer a little bit, helping out in our off-season training, and he has just made leaps and bounds since the season has started.
You mentioned just a very young guy. Normally these higher weight classes, you see more juniors, seniors, just bigger guys, more developed young men. He's coming out here competing against guys giving up an age to.
Has a very young team this year, a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomore, only a handful of seniors. Ian Edwards, though, one of the seniors, really trying to lead that way, show these young guys how to get it done.
Yeah, Hempfield, normally when you hear young, you think, oh, rebuilding year, they'll be good in a year or two. Hempfield 3-0 so far this year, and at the tournaments they've gone to, they've done very well.
I was at the Governor Mifflin Holiday Tournament watching these guys Saturday. We had 4 guys in the finals, ended up taking first place as a team, over 20 teams in that tournament. They've been looking very good. But this program has been in the works to be like this for a long, long time. Since I was in elementary school, we've been talking about when these guys all get to high school.
Yep. And it's been a
It's
good
been a work in
program.
progress.
And you can see every year this program getting steadily better and better and better. It's just a long-term goal. You get kids into the program young. I remember recruiting efforts trying to get as many elementary school kids into wrestling as possible. So they knew even if only 10% of them stayed, if you could get them there early, they'd be killers by the time they got to high school.
They say it takes 3 years to really get a good idea of what you're doing with wrestling. So if you recruit a kid freshman year, by senior year, you might be half decent. If you recruit a kid in 5th grade and get him to start wrestling, by the time he's a freshman in high school, he'll have some real skill. And that's the situation for a lot of these young guys, is they've been wrestling since they were young. The Booster Club, the Black Knight Wrestling Club, MAP Club has done a huge job just helping out, supporting everyone K through 12.
That elementary wrestling program for Hempfield is one of the best in the area. At least it has been in the past. A lot of facing a strange issue now. Their coaching staff, Coach Mack, getting raided by the high school team a little bit.
That's always been the goal, though. They understand that, you know, as fun as it is with these little guys and trying to get them in, the goal is always to get these kids to high school. Just still chasing those wins, trying to create a state champ at a Hempfield. Hempfield's never had a state champ in wrestling, so.
The proudest moment for a youth coach isn't seeing the kids succeed at a young age. It's seeing them succeed down the road in high school and college.
Musman running a bar now, it's tight. Time might expire, but he's looking for that fall here at the end of the period. Double arm bar.
Got that shoulder at a gruesome angle there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we've had alumni, you know, guys who are getting their sons in the program, and they built an entire barn and converted it into a wrestling facility for these guys to train in the off season. Done a lot of team bonding exercises. It's all through fundraising and donations that these efforts are made possible. So, you know, this program's really supported us and all these guys in the team to make sure that they get here so that they're at the top level in high school, that they're ready to succeed and have those skills. They don't have to take those 1 or 2 years as an adjustment year anymore. These kids are coming in as freshmen and sophomores and making it work. Must have been a little bit of danger here, and a cradle gets brought back.
Ooh, this is not looking good here. Gets over his stomach. You mentioned earlier the community support. Wrestling, maybe the tightest knit community that we have at this high school. Just walking in here, the amount of alumni here, parents, grandparents, everybody knows each other. It's a great atmosphere here.
Yeah. Musman scores one on the escape. Now McCaskey back in on the shot here. Musman able to extend in, has that near ankle. Should be able to turn around here for 2. Good work.
And he can
9-0 now with a minute left in the 3rd period.
He can just ride this one out here.
Putting the hammer on.
Incredible. correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe 8 points a major decision.
8 points would be a major decision. Hopefully, Mosman can hang on and get that extra point for Hempfield.
And I'm curious, Luke, as a wrestler, I mean, can you even pay attention to the scoreboard when you're down there, or are you just kind of in the moment and you look up at the end and see where you're at?
Yeah, you have to know your situations, right? If there's, I need to know if I'm on bottom, if I have a minute to get out and I can work, or if I have 2 seconds where I just need to go for something. And you know, the scores you're always sort of aware of, but you don't want to be looking at it the whole time, but knowing the time is really important, more so than the score.
McCaskey here. Maybe one of the times where the score could be important. And, you know, an escape here, that's still a major decision. If you get a reversal here, take it, save your team a point. Can't get anything there, 9-0.
Usually in those situations, coaches will be telling you what you need to do. McCaskey intent with that. On to the big boys, heavyweight, 285.
This is going to be a rumble. Isaiah Barroso for Hempfield, the big man.
Now wrestling at 285 pounds from McCaskey, David Crespo. And from Hempfield, Isaiah Barroso.
2 big boys here. Barroso seems to have a little bit of a height advantage, but
Yeah, we got some beef on the mat right now.
Beef on those wings.
Wings or chicken, Kasey?
Well, this is why I got the night off.
Barroso trying to yank the head there. One of the
upperweights, you're probably going to see a lot of ties, a lot of working, trying to get momentum moving, because once it starts moving, it doesn't stop.
It's hard to get a big boy moving. It's
There
hard to
we
get him
go.
stopping.
Right to his back, goes in for that half. Great transition from Barroso. This could be over early.
Shoulder again bent, gnarly angle here. McCaskey just fighting to avoid that left shoulder going down. Barroso just trying to push it down with all his strength.
There we
it
go,
is.
quick fall, 45 seconds. Great win for Barroso.
Barroso had to flex to the crowd after that one.
Well deserved.
Yeah, can't blame him after a dominant win like that one.
Your winner at 285 pounds from Hempfield, Isaiah Barroso.
So, Luke, how does the game change depending on your weight? I mean, obviously, we have wrestlers, you know, down all the way to 106 and then all the way up to 285.
Yeah.
How do you have to change your game based on all that?
106 pounds.
Typically, you'll see lighter wrestlers. They're going to be a lot quicker, it's going to be faster paced action. And then as you go up, things slow down. But as you go up in weights, the power's changing. You know, you have to worry more about momentum, more about leverage, stuff like that. Whereas at these younger guys, it's all about speed and quickness.
Yep.
Oh, great move by Braden Edwards.
Great hips there. Oh my goodness. Some belly to belly
Counterattack, that
suplex
was
there.
awesome.
I'll tell you, Shakir would be proud of that one.
Those hips do not lie. For little Edwards.
And that's what we were saying. I mean, that's just, we saw the extreme, the high extreme, 285. This is the low extreme, 106. It's just different matches.
Yeah, that's the interesting part about they pick a random weight to start at during weigh-in, so that's what ends up happening a lot of times. As you go right from 285 down to, you know, the little guys here at 106.
Less than half the size of the last guys on the mat. Mentioned earlier, Ian Edwards, one of the real leaders of this team, his younger brother, Braylon Edwards. He is just a great showing thus far.
Seems like it runs in the blood.
Yep, it certainly does.
For sure, their dad as well encourages it, both their parents. All 3 of the brothers involved on this year with the team. Braden's looking to pin this guy here.
And oof, that's looking
There,
good.
he got it. Another quick pin for Hempfield.
Your winner at 106 pounds from Hempfield, Braden Edwards.
Just when it looked like McCaskey was starting to get some momentum, string a few in a row together. Hempfield comes back, tight win, major decision, quick pin, quick pin.
That's what ends up happening a lot is, you know, the momentum will shift and you'll see 3 matches in a row, guys will win or go, you know, the momentum will shift and one guy turns it around, the
Your
whole
winner
team
at
starts turning
113
around.
pounds by forfeit, Gio Luciano.
Great effort there by Luciano. Just a dominant win for the young man.
They didn't even send the guy out, they were too scared of the little man.
And another one.
Another forfeit here
Your
at
winner at
120.
140 pounds Live forfeit, Caleb Schultz.
And we make light of it, but explain why, Luke.
So there's 14 varsity spots, 14 weights. If you don't have a guy to fill
Now
those
wrestling
weights, you have to forfeit to the other
from
team.
McCaskey,
And that's essentially the same as a pin, where the other team's going to get 6 points because you don't have anyone to send out.
Yeah, it is back-breaking to a team that already is fighting an uphill battle like McCaskey is here against Hempfield. To have to
37 to
forfeit
7.
2 matches.
We've struggled with that in the past when I was on the team, you know, that 113 spot, 106, those are all hard spots
Those are some
to
small
fill.
fellas.
Not a lot of guys in high school are weighing that much, so you end up bringing a lot of freshmen up now. But Hempfield, luckily this year, able to fill all 14 spots and have some depth if someone would need to get injured. Clay Gaynor on his back now. McCaskey might have it.
And he avoids the pin there, but whew, that's a close one there for Hempfield.
Beg your pardon, 43 to 7 now after those 2 forfeits. So Knights pulling away here.
Hempfield's got to get back to a vertical base here. Just kind of waiting for their opportunity, waiting for the other guy to try something, open up a counter here. Neither guy wants to make the first move.
Clay gets to his feet. Good job there. Gives him one. And right back down.
And in danger of a pin here, perhaps. And gets back to his stomach.
Clay's another one of these young guys, freshman, finding his way in the lineup.
A lot of freshmen here. Freshmen, sophomores, future is looking very bright for Hempfield wrestling.
Yeah, and even with some of these younger guys trying to find their way in the lineup, just getting that varsity experience, you know, get that. There's always going to be an adjustment time frame, so get that out of the way while you're young. Then by the time you're a junior, senior, you'll really be able to start putting it on guys.
Yep. And then when you're a senior going up against a freshman or a sophomore, you can use that experience to dominate a younger opponent.
McCaskey now with a 10-1 lead going into the second period.
Explain where those 5 points there came from.
Those are all those near fall points I was talking about earlier. So Clay was on his back past the 45-degree angle, and the ref was counting, gave points.
So they don't just call those in the middle of the action. They wait till the end of the round to
Not
award those
just to
points.
the end of the round, but you have to whatever combination you have, you have to change your combination or release it for them to award those points first. I do believe there was an issue with the scoreboard there. That's why they all came up at once. But back to the action now. Gaynor on bottom.
Gaynor needs to just get an escape here. Reversal will be great, but just baby steps at this point. He can't spend another round fighting off his back.
Good cut away. They gave him one. Good escape. Shot attempt. McCaskey heavy on that head, looking to turn the corner now.
Get that head down, get that arm down.
Hempfield needs to continue to circle. He's going cradle.
Again, Gaynor trying to fight away from his back. You just can't win a match if you're constantly trying to fight to not get pinned. We could be in danger of a technical fall here soon. Trying to take him to his back again, can't quite get that head tucked under to roll him over.
Yeah, McCaskey needs to put his head in that hole and able to get it around. He just settles. See, the ref was holding back his back points there. Now that he's released the cradle hold, he'll award those points. 14-2 now. Clay's really in danger of giving up a tech fall.
Tech fall. Again, correct me if I'm wrong here, 15?
15 points. Match will stop. McCaskey will be awarded 5 team points.
almost as good as a pin. That technical fall would really swing the momentum back towards McCaskey here. They desperately need to start mounting a comeback for these team points. Gainer here just got to avoid that technical fall. It'd be great if he can get back to regular decision. But just can't let him get to that 17.
Gonna hit Clay for stalling there, kind of just laying, content to not give up any more points.
Yep. There's a fine line.
They're gonna give Green stalling there because Green held on the feet. You only have a couple seconds to either return the guy to the mat or cut him. So Clay gets a breath there, gets an extra point.
Yep. That's big there for Gainer. Just
Not in as imminent danger of a tech fall.
Yep.
Kasey just put a leg in.
You just see from Gainer's body language, he is exhausted just from trying to fight off falls for most of those first 2 rounds. He's just got to stay off his back. You can get taken down on your stomach here, give up 2. You can't give up any back points here.
Clay now in a dominant position on top. He might be looking for something big. Comes around.
If he could get a pin here, that would be a
There we go,
massive swing.
2 points.
And that might take him out of danger of a tech here.
Yeah, really big score for Clay there. Even just in the confidence of knowing he can take this kid down.
Yep.
Could go half there.
Could be looking for a fall here. And at this point, why not go for broke, try to get a fall?
Oh, and he's got him extended with a half Nelson. He has McCaskey on his back now. Gonna go reverse half.
Good job by McCaskey, just punching the hips up and rolling over.
Minute left to work for both men to work. Clay mounts another 2 points. Back to 7-14 now. Clay's getting overextended.
McCaskey here fighting a very different battle than they thought they were coming into this round. They were looking for perhaps a technical early on. Now they're thinking, oh my goodness, we just got to survive. And at this point, Gainer's brought it back to just a regular decision within 7 now. Dangerous spot here for Hempfield. Can't let him get that escape. That 1 point pushes this to a major decision.
Tough ride. 30 seconds. Clay's need a tough ride here. Keep this guy down.
Yep. It's not looking great thus far.
Comes up to his feet. Grabs his ankles. He needs to work up here or be dinged for stalling, which he can't afford to do.
Nope. Can't give up any freebies. Both men look for a throw here.
Now Gainer in danger of being on his back here. Kasey awarded 2, and Clay is not in good
got
shape.
the reversal. Can he fight off a pin here? Yes, he can.
And Gainer able to avoid the pinfall.
Your winner at 126 pounds.
Looked like on that last throw where he landed straight on his forehead. That's
That's a high
scary
scoring action,
landing.
both men. Good fight by Hempfield, but just not enough.
Yeah, great fight there by Gainer to come back in that 3rd round, get it back to a regular decision. Just that's true grit right there. Yep, we got back to a major on that reversal.
And with that, Hempfield leads 43-11 heading into the 132 bout. Hempfield has a hammer here in Reagan Lefevre. Sophomore wrestler, been wrestling his whole life. Great student too.
Now wrestling at 132 pounds. From McCaskey, Jose Torado. And from Hempfield, Reagan Lefevre.
Reagan, highest place winner at sectionals last year. Placed 2nd as sectionals as a freshman for Hempfield. District regional qualifier.
Reagan Lefevre, you can just see him like a lion stalking his prey right now. chiseled out of granite. Just absolute monster.
Reagan's very built for his age. Great size for 132.
Yeah, if you look at that kid, you are not thinking sophomore. Staying on the attack, not giving McCaskey any room to breathe. He's got the leg up high.
Comes back down for 2. Great finish.
Yep. That's textbook right there.
Reagan's bar is imminent. It's going to go bar half combo. Not a good spot for McCaskey to be.
Well, this is.
He's got that bar in that hook.
And
Reagan
he's
loves
got
to
it
run those
mostly
bars.
turned here.
And he's going to thread that needle. His arm slips through, but still just all the pressure on top. Going back to that bar. Bar in a one-on-one. Not a fun place to be under Reagan Lefevre.
Nope. The guy is built as that at such a low weight class. He just has so much power to keep guys down. Trying to turn him again
You see
here.
him take that thigh and just rub it into your head, trying to get you to go over. And now we're getting back points, looking for the fall here. 30 seconds left in the period.
I heard that's a 10 for Lefevre.
Great win for Reagan.
Yep, that
Your
is,
winner at 132 pounds from Hempfield, Reagan Lefevre.
that is just a grown man win there for Lefevre. My goodness.
Now on to 38. Only
Grant
2
Hoover.
matches left. Wins looking imminent for Hempfield.
Yep,
Not much McCaskey at this point, but
playing for pride here. And Grant Hoover. Myself and Kasey got the pleasure to see him in freshman football this year dominate on the field, just as his older brother Gordy did. I'll see what he can do on the mat against Johnny Berlin-Jerry, former Hempfield student in elementary school.
I'll quote my friend Ben, Hoover.
another pair of brothers on this team this year, Grant and Gordy and the Edwards brothers, of course. As you can see, it's a family tradition for a lot of these
I mean,
kids.
it makes sense if your older brother can
And
beat
the
you up.
Schultz boys as well.
If your older brother can beat you up wrestling, you might as well learn to wrestle yourself.
Great throw there. Period action.
And Berlin-Jerry, see, they're trying to stay lower, avoid another throw. Hoover didn't get any points for that one, but clearly got in Berlin-Jerry's head.
We're talking about families, brothers wrestling. Big losers in that are the parents. They got to clean up a mess. But yeah, I'll tell you, it's a family affair, and this has been fun to watch all night. These brothers.
Hoover now got a bar in.
I always find it funny to watch the families of these brothers. Yeah. Mr. Hoover's over here right on the sideline, Matt all into the action, and Mrs. Hoover's somewhere up there in the crowd. She's more quiet, reserved.
Mr. Hoover is a character. He is a fun guy to be around. You can tell he is passionate about everything his kids are doing.
Good roll by Berlin-Jerry there.
Great hip action by Berlin-Jerry. Hoover trying to hold on here.
He brings Hoover to his back.
Hoover trying to turn back over, avoid the pin here. And Jerry pins him.
Big win for McCaskey.
Yep. His first pin of the night for McCaskey. It was a Johnny Berlin-Jerry.
Your winner at 138 pounds, Jonathan Berlin-Jerry.
Until that win meant a lot to him.
Yep.
And your final match, 145 pounds, from McCaskey, Christian Jordan, and from Hempfield, Cameron Fickus.
Cam Fickus, another freshman coming up, finding his way in the lineup recently. He's a PJW, that's Pennsylvania Junior Wrestling, little kids, elementary school state champ.
And Fickus, I've had a lot of time talking to him in the athletic trainer these past few months. He just has that look in his eyes. Like, my goodness, don't cross this kid. And unless McCaskey can manage to score 32 points here, this will be a win for Hempfield.
Hempfield's going to need to lose a lot of team points for that to happen, Ben.
Yeah.
Do you believe in miracles?
I believe in miracles. I don't believe in defying the basic rules of numbers.
Fickus now turning on his back. He's riding that one leg.
Yeah, you can control the legs. Hard to stand up without a leg.
Just an overall dominating performance by Hempfield tonight.
Yeah.
Looking to turn again.
Great job holding on there by Fickus. He's not giving up the waist control.
Yeah, as Kasey mentioned, these guys are just looking dominant. Every competition they've been in so far, you know, they've changed their schedule around a little bit to get a higher level of competition, and it has paid off. Even at some of these top-notch tournaments, they're still producing medalists and placing as teams.
As an alum, you've got to love seeing these guys succeeding.
It's awesome. You know, this is what you work for. We just try to pave the way for these guys and this program to be able to come up and do something big. Fickus now has his kid turn on the back, looking for the fall. Only 17 seconds left, and he gets it. Now to finish off the match. It's a great win for Hempfield.
Hempfield starts with a first-round pin. They end with a first-round pin. In between, a few bright spots for McCaskey, but by and large, dominant victory for the Knights.
Final team score 55-17 for another league win for Hempfield. Looking for that Section 1 title this year, and that's not a bad way to end in the evening.
Drive safe. Have a great night.
Hempfield improves now to 4-0 in league matches. McCaskey falls to the exact opposite, 0-4. Luke, any final thoughts on what we saw this evening?
Just a dominant thing by these guys. I've been at a couple practices, watched their tournament. They are really just focused this year. They want to make this year, make their program. As you can see there, Ian and Joel, the seniors of this program, they took over. They filled in for me and my co-captain last year, Chase Mathias, and they're just running with it. So these guys will just keep working, doing what they do best, and hopefully we'll see bring a section title back to Hempfield this year.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Kasey, anything you need to say here?
I mean, it's a continuation of what we've seen all season. This is our first time seeing it in person, but this Hempfield wrestling team this year, man, they have really built it up from the ground, and they've come to play.
This Hempfield wrestling team, big things potentially to come this season and in the next few. And with that, for my colleagues Kasey, Kreider, and Luke Dreyer, I'm Ben Marina saying good night from the Buchanan Gymnasium. A dominant win for Hempfield Wrestling.